Hey guys, Tyler here. If you haven't been paying attention, inflation has been a major concern for our economy this past year. With home prices at record highs, demand and shortages of products really showed us the cracks in our supply chain. Now that we're turning the page of the new year, what are going to be the key factors that we need to keep an eye on? Has inflation disappeared? Are home prices going to crash with rumors and discussion of a recession? Well, I want to discuss this and more, and let's begin with home prices and where they're currently at. So here is the national median sale price, and it was up 1.3% from a year ago December, sitting at an inflated price of $388,310. Now, even though we've seen the prices come down from their highs in March and April, which were right around here, we're still above the highs of 2021 in December, which again was up 1.3%. Now, these prices have been the main factor for people moving from the East and West Coast to the Midwest. For comparison, you can see our median sale price for my hometown here in Omaha, Nebraska, right around $245,000. Now, for those living here in Omaha, this was an 8.9% increase from the previous year because of this demand. Now, personally, I expect this trend to continue of relocations, and if you're even considering making a move to Omaha, please reach out because we have people from all over the country and world that are always reaching out, guys, and we absolutely love it. You can find our information down in the description and would love to hear from you. But the question is, as we move through 2023, will we continue to see a decline in home prices? Well, consider this. According to the manufacturing PMI that was released in December, we were seeing a contraction in the factory activity due to weak client demand. As you can see, you see this chart going down over time, and really the threshold is about 50. Under 50 is starting to see a weakening economy. Now, what does this mean? Products that you and I tend to purchase with excess cash, we're not buying them as much as we did the prior years. Now, if we ask the question why, we're going to find some interesting answers. Now, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the real average hourly earnings actually decreased 1.7% from a year ago December, meaning you and I, the consumer, don't have the buying power that we used to. And in addition, if you take a look at our credit usage, it has been climbing at a record pace. Credit card balances have risen $121 billion year over year. Honestly, this is pretty scary to look at. And while it has been increasing even before COVID, there has been a significant spike during this period of time. We are actually making less, and instead of adjusting our spending habits, we're supplementing it with using credit cards, and with credit interest rates sitting at 22%, this really could be a recipe for disaster. So when it comes to home prices, I do strongly believe prices will continue to slide through the entirety of 2023. This is why you should absolutely stay away from building a new home from the ground up. Let me paint the picture for you. If you were to sign with a builder today to build a house, it would take about 6 to 8 months to build. They're going to be locking you in at today's prices. As demand continues to fall and the cost of building materials fall, that same home 6 to 8 months from now could be tens of thousands of dollars cheaper, which was the complete opposite of what happened in 2021. Buyers would lock in their prices when they were building a home from the ground up, and 6 to 8 months later, their home would be worth $20,000 more on the day of closing than what they paid for it. It was pretty incredible to look at, and I had really happy buyers as a result of it. But today, it's a little bit different and not a smart financial decision. What we are beginning to see here moving at the beginning of 2023, and what I expect to continue throughout this year, is what many are calling recessionary trends, the beginning of a recession. That means inflation isn't in the driver's seat anymore. Recession is, meaning that the impacts of the recession are going to impact corporate earnings and affect what corporations do. For example, bad earnings from a corporation equal more job cuts so they can get their margins down. More job cuts mean more people out of work. More people out of work means less demand for homes and materials or things that you would buy on a day-to-day basis. And this cycle goes on and on and on until we hit bottom or a place of homeostasis. Now, how long will this take? That's honestly really hard to tell. I do know that it's not going to be a matter of weeks and months, but probably a few years that we will start to see the companies moving out of recession through their earnings, and we start to see growth in companies again. And as we see growth, we start seeing more hirings and a reigniting of the economy in a strong way. Now, all this is good and dandy, but how does this impact you? What should you do if you're a buyer or a seller, or you're looking to relocate? If you're a buyer and you can wait, I would wait. This also depends on the market that you're in. If you're in a high-priced area, it's more important to wait compared to a lower average-priced area like Omaha, Nebraska. Nebraska historically does well in recessions, and if you want more info about that, you can check out this video right here where I've gone over the impact of the past recessions here in this part of the country. So if you're relocating from a more expensive area, then you're going to get the best of both worlds. Sell now and buy in a lower cost area, and you're still going to have probably more money in your hands because you sold near the top of the market. Now, if you're a seller, well, 42% of you don't think it's a good time to sell. I'm going to challenge this thought with a question. If buyers' wages are falling and debt is getting higher and higher more than ever before, where are prices going to be a year from now if you really have to sell then and decide to wait now? If selling is a preference only to get something a little more comfortable, then I would agree with you. Stay where you are. But if you're trying to time your move in the next 6 to 12 months, I would say 100% it's going to be better to sell sooner than later. If you have specific questions about selling your home, please reach out. And if you're looking to move into town, reach out as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you all, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.